So I definitely been thinking about moving back down to Detroit these past few years. So I went apartment searching the other day. I went to the Alberts and she showed me some really decent units, some real dope units. One unit she showed me, it had like a New York City type of feel and everything. It was real spacious and everything. Something that I definitely is really considering. She showed me another one that was facing like Capitol Park. Right now they're working on Capitol Park. It's gonna be beautiful once it get together and everything. So definitely want to have that work, live, play lifestyle, preferably in Detroit. But the only downside is just the parking. The parking is really expensive. I was hoping that maybe if I do decide to get the parking, it'll offset my costs in the winter because my current apartment right now, I'd be getting waxed in the winter. My bill be like, no lie, be like $300 to $500 in the wintertime, and it's just me, which is pretty insane. But I don't know, they didn't check the meters plenty of times, and they oh no, it's correct, but I think something else is going on. But anyways, a few other upsides to living downtown would be I'm close to like literally everything, all the major events, all of the concerts, and just everything. And then plus, I just like going around downtown, just walking around, trying different restaurants and everything. It's really developing, and I definitely want to be like in the center of everything. Canada's Riverwalk ain't fucking with ours. They got a fair going on right now, so it's pretty decent. Got a princess right there. They got a little boat that's kind of like the princess down there. Walk down there and see what's up. The Mikasa Bay. I'm assuming it does the same things as the princess. It's kind of dope. They got different like little monuments and everything at different spots along their riverwalk. So that's kind of dope. All right, so all in all, it's pretty dope out here. Pretty nice. Everybody pretty chill. So one morning I decided to go to brunch over at Canada. I think it was like the Twisted Apron or something like that. So, I kind of, this day I semi kind of clean my car out. Usually when I come over here, I make sure everything is out of the car. So, I get to the border and everything. They always ask you the same questions. Do you have any knife, guns, any contraband or whatever? So, I know for a fact I didn't take out my gun magazines. So, they put a yellow slip on my car. So once they put a yellow slip on my car, I'm like, as many times as I come over to Canada, this never happened. So they say, yeah, you just go over to immigration, they're just gonna check your car and everything. I'm like, okay, yeah, it's cool. I don't never have anything in the car. I left everything at home. So so to get there, they park and everything. So they find the gun magazines, and then all the way down in my center console, they find mace. Man, they arrested me so quick and everything. So they basically just saying like, the gun magazines is fine, but we see mace as the same thing as a gun. So I'm like, damn. So basically, they arrested me, put me in this little like holding cell or whatnot. So after they put me in the holding cell, they was like, well, you want to call somebody and everything like that. So at the time, I had something going on in Illinois, so I still had the lawyer number, and it was another lawyer, I guess, for United States whenever you get arrested in a different country and everything. So basically, I called. He said, "Hey, Ian, what's going on?" And then I told him, like, man, they tried to say I tried to smuggle mace into the country and everything like that, wool stuff like that. So they said, "Okay, we're gonna try to see if we can get you out on an undertaking." I'm like, all right, whatever, cool. So now they made me take off my shoes. They made me take off like like damn near mostly everything. Well, basically, so they had me take off my shoes, and I'm just in there with brand new socks on like this fucking holding cell floor is fucking crazy. And I had new shoes on too. They took my coat, everything. So then, after that, I would say like 30, 45 minutes passed. They're like, hey, have you ate and everything? And I'm like, no, I didn't eat. I was gonna go to brunch over here and stuff like that. So they like, oh, okay, we can try to see if we got some food around here or whatever. I was like, nah, it's cool. I just, I eat whenever I get out. So I would say like I said, 30, 45 minutes passed and everything. Then it was like, okay, we gonna let you out. But we gonna, compensate the pepper spray. So I'm like, I don't give a fuck. Like, what I'm saying? It wasn't even mine anyways. So I'm thinking I'm all scot free and everything. So they like, um, yeah, we're just gonna process some paperwork and everything. I was like, paperwork? I'm like, all right, whatever. So after they did that, then they was like, so after they said that, yeah, we'll get you out of here in no time. So I'm like, okay, cool. So they came back. They was like, you gotta pay $500. I'm like, $500? So basically, they say, yeah, you gotta pay $500. Yeah, that's the seizure like fee and everything like that. But it's not gonna reflect on your record. You can come over to Canada whenever you want to and everything. So man, at this point, I'm like, damn, man, I ain't never spent this much money over in Canada or wasted it. I think it's wasting it. So I tried to play broke. So they wasn't having. They're like, oh yeah, no, that's cool. Like you can make payments and stuff like that. They're like, yeah, but we got to keep your car. I'm like, fuck. They like, yeah, we can just drop you off at the border and shit. I'm like, damn. So I was just like, man, fuck it. I just paid the money, and they was, oh yeah. Then as soon as I paid the money, I was like, this is extortion and everything. They just all looking crazy. They're like, yeah, yeah, whatever. As soon as I paid the money, they all, oh yeah, so yeah, we're gonna go to eat at and stuff like that. Yeah, go to the, this place and everything like that. And one of them recommended the Keg Steakhouse, so I ended up at the Keg Steakhouse. It was all right. I was already mad because I'm like, damn, I ain't never spent over a certain amount of money here. So basically, they extorted me out of $500. So they said from here on out, they just gonna have to check my car for the next 7 years. Right over there used to be a restaurant called 14 Sky Lounge. It's closed down now, but it was a nice fine dining restaurant where they had all of the seats facing like the water and everything like that. It was real dope. I think it closed down sometime like a year or two ago, maybe. One thing about Windsor is they do have a nice ass casino. The architecture is on point. Tons of machines, tons of games, everything. Food good here too. Little burger spot that they got. I think it's called like Johnny Rockets. Is good. I'm a terrible gambler. As soon as I lose $20, it's over. Through, I'm done. Ain't no way. One thing I always find funny as hell is everybody that's in the casino, they got this one stance to where you can tell they done lost a lot of money. They get to standing up on the machine. Kind of like when you getting your ass whooped in 2K or whatever, and you down like 21 points, so you got to stand up to enhance your skills or pray for some luck to come down there. I done seen several people in there with that stance, sweating and shit. Crazy. It's funny though. So I just got in not too long ago. Still enough light for me to do what I need to do for the rest of the day. I think I'm gonna just study for a moment, probably for the rest of the night. I got a couple tests in these coming days and weeks that I definitely need to pass so I can just keep continuing to level up at where I'm at and everything. But I was gifted this. It's pretty sweet. It's an indoor plant. Don't really require much sunlight, but you can. So, yeah. Takeaways from today is there's no easy way to cheat the grind. You just got to go through it. Make sure your car is clean so they don't have to check your car for the next 7 years.